mudah-mudahan berjalan.
Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thanks to merciful Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who give us chance and opportunity together in the Class Creative YouTube channel. And then welcome to Class Creative International Teaching Conference 2023, integrating teaching, learning, and assessment in EFL classes, January 14, 2023. So, today I will be your moderator and will guide you to listen and enjoy the presentation from Ibu Dr. Isri Laila Satroh MPD from IK Siliwangi. And the title of the presentation will be SAMR Framework, a simple guide in integrating technology in EFL classes. Wow, it sounds nice, right? Now, the presentation will be divided into two sections. First section will be presentation by Ibu Dr. Isri Laili Satroh MPD, and the second section will be question and answer from the audience that have already collected by the moderator. Before we continue to the first section, let me introduce the curriculum vitae or the educational background from Ibu Dr. Isri Laila Satroh MPD. Okay, first, let's see the screen. Ibu Dr. Isri Laila Satroh is a lecturer, writer, and teacher educator for pre-service and in-service teachers in the study program of English language education at IKIP Siliwangi. She earned her doctoral degree from Universitas Pendidikan Indonesia, funded by Beasiswa Pendidikan Pasca Sarjana Dalam Negeri or BPDN, Kementerian Riset Teknologi dan Pendidikan Tinggi or Kemenristek-Dikti. And then, her current research focuses on English language teaching, in particularly on technology integration in EFL classes. She is one of the authors of Live Today for Year 12, the National English Textbook for PSF, based on the Curriculum Merdeka, published by the Ministry of Education and Culture Indonesia. She is also the primary author of an introduction to English in scientific article used in IKIP Siliwangi. In addition to teaching and researching, she has been involved in teacher development programs for Kelas Kreatif Indonesia, hosting and delivering workshops for teachers and educators all over Indonesia since 2020. So it was amazing and nice journey of her educational background. Let me give applause. Then now let's move to the next session. I guess this is that we are curious. So the screen is yours, Ibu Dr. Isri Laili Satroh MPD.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibu Anggia. So it's very nice to see you. Just now we have already discussed, but only via WhatsApp group, via WhatsApp, and also in some workshops delivered by Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. But now we are here in the Kelas Kreatif International Teaching Conference 2023, integrating teaching, learning, and assessment in EFL classroom. So I feel very honored, to be in the same stage with you, Bu Anggia. I hope that what I am going to present will give benefits to all of us. Please do remind me if the time is already over.
Yes, I will start to count.
Okay. So thank you so much. So my presentation entitled SAMR Framework, SAMR Framework, a simple guide in integrating technology in EFL classes. So here, my presentation will be divided into 5 sections. The first one is introduction. The second one is literature review, and then research methodology, findings and discussion, and also the last one is conclusion and recommendation. So for the part one, the background of my research is due to several reasons. The first one is about the student learning expectations and also their habits as digital native. Yeah, as we all know that students right now are very popular and also familiar with technology. Yeah, not only in their daily lives but also in their educational context. Yeah. And then the second one, there are many studies about the potentials of technology integration in ESL and also in EFL context. So that's why my research is what hopefully can add the studies about the potential of technology integration. And then there are also many studies about the potential of using certain technology tools, or technology application. As we all know, since the pandemic started in 2019, there are many workshops and also webinars about the technology applications which can be used in education. And then the current curriculum, whether it is 2013 and also curriculum Merdeka about IT lesson and also English subject, and it is very related to each other. And then there are 3 research questions from my research. The first one is, what is SAMR framework? I hope that most of you have already known about it. And then how is it applied in EFL classes? What challenges and also the solution which are typically found when integrating technology into EFL classroom. So actually there are only two research questions in my research. And then I hope that my study give significances. The first one is to contribute to the growth of literature about the potential of technology integration, and then to give the information or the portrait of practice of technology integration, and also the awareness of the stakeholders of the schools, and also the management of the school, so the information can be important issue to be tackled. And the last one is to provide context for other teachers and also researchers who are interested in researching about technology integration in EFL context. And then there are some literature reviews that I have already provided. The first one is technology as a tool for teaching resources. As we all know that since 1940, technology has been integrated actually, in the context of English language teaching, but it's only as a tool. But time by time, technology shift from only as tools to a tool for enhancing language learning experiences. So the keyword is enhance. To enhance, to make it faster, to make it effective, to make it more interesting, and so on and so forth. And then the history of technology integration. Actually, the history is quite long, actually, Bu Anggia, but we can divide it into 3 simple periods. The first one is behavioral calls, and then communicative call, and also integrative call. So behavioral call started in 1970s, and then it was found like computer technology, to be used in language teaching, such as grammar, translation, and so and drilling and practice, and so on and so forth. And then the second one is communicative call since 1980s until 1990s. We have already known about the grammar exercises, and so on and so forth, related to technology. And then the last one is integrative. So integrate. The keyword is integrate. I mean, relating, multimedia and also internet. So right now, the period of technology integration in language teaching is called integrative, because we integrate so many aspects of technology into one certain application. And then the next one, how about the types? The types. We can divide the types of technology into 2. The first one is transparent, and the second one is emerging. The transparent means particular classroom context which use technology such as pens, book, board, and so on and so forth at that time, it could be one of the technologies, yeah, at that time. But later on, we can know the emerging technologies, yeah, new technologies, such as what, yeah, such as many applications which are new. Yeah, we can see here the example is certain educational tools, yeah, like Canva, WhatsApp, Duolingo, and then Zoom, KineMaster, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so transparent and also emerging technologies. And then, wait, the benefits, yeah. Why we as teachers should integrate technology into ELT? Because based on many research about technology integration in ELT, it can give some benefits. For example, motivation, engagement, flexibility, yeah, personalized learning, autonomy, reducing learning anxiety, oral communication, interaction, cooperation, language skills, yeah, and so on and so forth. Yeah. And then what are the principles? Yeah, according to Sharma and Barrett's 2007, yeah, the principles consist of 4 principles. The first one is about the roles of teacher, and technology is complementary, so it can be substituted by others. Yeah, it's complementary. Yeah, they have balance roles. Yeah, focus on learner needs. Yeah, not only about trends and so forth, but it should be focus on learner needs. And then instruction should be pedagogically driven rather than the trends. Yeah, pedagogy is the base. Yeah, and then based on the lesson plan, and then teachers, what teachers do with the technology, not only the technology itself. Yeah, technology can be used in one of the events of instruction according to Gagne's 2005. Yeah, it can be in the gaining attention or giving a learner objective in a prior learning, present the content, and so on and so forth. So we can use technology in one of the events here. Yeah. And then the next one is about my research methodology. Yeah. So it is a qualitative research design, a case study in one vocational school in Bandung, and then no laboratory languages, limited coverage of Wi-Fi for teachers, LCD projectors is available in each class, and then one English teacher and 36 student of grade 11 majoring in software engineering study program. Yeah, so I use a very simple sample, yeah, in my research. And then how about the research procedure and instrumentation and also data analysis? Is I observe the class, yeah, and then I distribute the questionnaire, and then I did a retrospective interview with the teachers after that. Yeah. And then, okay, the last part, yeah, finding and discussion. So what is SUMMER? Yeah, SUMMER, as we all know, that it is found by Dr. Ruben Puentedura. Yeah, S stands for substitution, A stands for argumentation, augmentation, M for modification, and then R for redefinition. So the two upper level is called enhancement, and then the two lower level is transformation. So substitution means that technology as a direct substitution with functional change. Yeah, for example, we use ebook to replace book. Yeah, and then augmentation technology as a direct substitution with functional improvement. Functional improvement. So direct substitution, what there are some improvement. And then modification technology allows for significant task redesign. And then the last one is technology allow for the creation of new task, which previously inconceivable. So for the example of each stage, yeah, or each level will be decided, or it will be explained later. So if we can see from the other framework, yeah, Bloom's and also, yeah, Bloom taxonomy. So SUMMER can also reflected the way of the stages of the cognitive skill, yeah, like remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, and then evaluating and also creating. So redefinition consists of two cognitive levels, like evaluating and creating, modification, evaluating and analyzing, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Okay. So how is it applied in FL classes? Yeah. Based on my research. Yeah. So after I observe the class, yeah, I can see, yeah, I could conclude that there was no substitution stage, yeah. So I observed there were only 11 meeting of augmentation activities, one meeting for modification activities, and two meetings for redefinition activities. What are they? So what are they? The first one is when I observe the class for the first one, yeah, I noticed that the teacher they describe about the use of learning management system or LMS, yeah, and then yeah, they use smartphone, and then for web-based, non-web-based technology, and then web-based technology, they use Google Classroom. So it's modification level, just because the learning management system redefine, yeah, substitute the management of the teacher, but with functional enhancement. The teacher doesn't need to collect the assignment by from the student, but they only submit it into the LMS. And then writing skill, yeah, and then using smartphone, using Canva, and then grammar, yeah, for learning about conditional sentences, using certain websites, yeah, reading factual report, using QR code, and then writing skills, yeah, personal context using KineMaster, and then after that the student uploaded to Instagram, and then when the session of vocabulary and also ice breaking, the teacher use Akinator Akinator games, yeah, and then for the speaking skill they use WhatsApp, yeah, via voice note. For the pronunciation they use speech note application. For writing skill they use Padlet, and then listening skill using Lyric Gaps, and formative assessment using Kahoot, yeah. So all the activities has been identified as augmentation, redefinition, and modification level. Yeah. Yeah, here is the example, yeah, for the augmentation activities. Yep, using Canva. Yeah, when writing caption. Yeah, and then augmentation activities. The second one is studying about conditional sentence using games. Yeah, and then reading factual report, yeah, using QR code. So instead of reading the books, yeah, the teacher change it into the certain file, and then the student scan, yeah, the code. And then for the augmentation activities, they use Akinator, yeah, for learning about certain vocabularies. And then for the speaking lesson, yeah, the teacher teach about the giving suggestion and also offers. So instead of talking in front of the teachers, that student they record their conversation via WhatsApp group, yeah, via voice note, and then give it to the teacher. And then for the pronunciation lesson, yeah, students are given a text, and then they read a text and then record it by speech notes. Yeah, so the result of the speech note is the text. If the text is similar to the original text, so the pronunciation is correct. And then the next one is writing personal letters using Padlet. Yeah, instead of writing the letter on the book or on the sheet of paper, the students are asked to write their personal letter on the Padlet, and then they were asked, or the student were asked to do peer correction. Yeah, which one is correct, which one is incorrect in terms of the grammar, mechanic, punctuation, and so on and so forth, by highlighting the correct incorrect sentences with colors. Yeah. And then the augmentation activities, yeah, learning about song lyrics, the teacher use lyric gaps. Yeah, the lyrics gaps provide the levels and also kinds of activities, not only completing the lyrics, but also some other activities related to the song. Yeah,
10 more minutes nggak, Ibu?
All right, 10 more minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And then the teacher can also select the level of difficulties, yeah, whether it is for beginner, intermediate, or also advanced. The difference between the basic, yeah, intermediate, and also advanced is the numbers of the blank words, yeah, so the teacher can choose it. And then for the other augmentation activities, informative assessment using Kahoot. Yeah, so instead of giving paper and pencil tests for the students, so the teacher changed the formative assessment into a kind of games by using Kahoot. Okay, so for the modification activities, yeah, the teacher used learning management system, yeah, where LMS can replace, where LMS can be used to store the ebook, yeah, the outline materials for learning assessment, even for communicating with the parent, yeah, with the parents of the students, and also the course design and so on and so forth. Okay, so here is the redefinition activities. Yeah, so one of the topics which is learned in vocational high school is about recount text. Yeah, so instead of learning recount text as usual, yeah, the teacher teach with a genre-based approach, and after that, the student are asked to create the recount text and then try to modify it using the KineMaster into a video, and then they edit it into KineMaster using KineMaster, and after that they upload it into Instagram. Yeah. So based on my explanation just now, yeah, as we can see that STEM framework can be used as a simple guide, yeah, when we integrate the technology into the classroom, whether we choose it as only a substitution or redefinition, yeah, or modification, and also as augmentation, yeah. So but the majority of the activities used in this class, so technology is used as the augmentation activities for the language learning activities, yeah. Okay, and then we move to the second research question. So the second research question is, what are the challenges, yeah, and the solutions of technology integration? So based on my interview, yeah, my retrospective interview with the English teachers, yeah, the challenges found in the when integrating technology into EFL classes consists of two types, yeah, or two aspects. The first one is internal and also external, of course, yeah. So for the internal, yeah, teachers' confidence in ICT skills, yeah. So sometimes, yeah, as teachers, we feel that I'm not technology savvy, yeah. I'm afraid that in the middle of my class, when I teach with technology, that I will be I can meet many challenges, yeah, or problems and so forth. And then accessibility, yeah, sometimes, yeah, access is the problems, yeah, like the uh internet connection, yeah, and then facilities and so forth. And then for the external coming from the outside of the teachers, yeah, support and training. Yeah, support is the support from the fellow, yeah, from the principal of the schools, yeah. Sometimes when the teacher said that sometimes when I use a lot of technology in my class, yeah, for example, using many educational tools, some of my fellows will say that, Bu, yeah, remember that we need to prepare our student for the examination, yeah. Not only what about the fun activities in learning, but also remember the exam, yeah. So don't use too much technology in the class just because, yeah, they will forget how to learn, how to prepare themselves for the examination, yeah. So sometimes support become the challenges. And the last one is training, yeah. So training, yes, some teachers in many schools, yeah, have less training, especially before the pandemics happen, yeah. So all of the solution for these problems are, of course, yeah, the teacher should be supported by the school staffs, yeah, the fellows and also the principals, and also they should be provided with many workshops, yeah, and also they can learn also from the peers, yeah, and so on and so forth. So that's why supports and also practice in integrating technology is one of the key issues, yeah. Okay, so here come from the to the conclusion. Yeah, the conclusion of my presentation is that not use summer. Yeah, summer. Sorry, summer framework can be one of the alternative guidelines. Yeah, guidelines in integrating technology into EFA classes. Yeah, so if yeah, we are still confused. Yeah, from what yeah what is the starting point, yeah, when I want to use the technology in my class. Yeah, the first one of course is the teaching objective. Yeah, teaching objective, what is the objective of my lesson, set the first one. And then the second one, decide. Yeah, decide what is the role of technology in your class, the substitution or the modification, yeah, or augmentation or a definition, so we can measure how far or to what extent, yeah, we use the technology in our class. Yeah, and then the last one, yeah, based on my observations that most of the augmentation activities are done with the technology, modification is only one meeting, and the definition consists of 2 meetings. Yeah. I think that's all, Bu Anggia, from my presentation. So
Ah,
hopefully, yeah, hopefully that what I have explained, what can give contribution, yeah, to
thank you
the
so much. What is it?
to the conference. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, you're most welcome, Ibu Dr. Isri. I think it's such a good and also perfect presentation because you explain very complete and I can get the point, I can grasp the point. Okay, I think we will continue to the next section, question and answer. There will be like 10 minutes, but I guess you can, what is it, explain and answer. First question that I have already collected from our friends that have already, what is it, watch your presentation before. First, how to apply the summer framework in the rural school, or what is it, if the school is there is no well facility.
Okay,
You want to, what is it, answer first, or I will mention the questions?
you mentioned the questions.
Okay. The second, based on your experience after doing the research, what is the most unforgettable phase from summer framework? Is it augmentation, redefinition, or modification?
Okay.
And the third, how to select or consider the learning material. Uh, is it clear, Ibu Isri? How to select or consider the learning material for us, for the certain class?
Select learning materials.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so thank you for the question, Bu Anggia. Yeah, it's such a good question. Yeah, so I hopefully that my answer will, yeah, will answer. Yeah, even not completely, but give the initial knowledge. Yeah, so later on, the person who asked the question will explore more about the answers. Yeah, so the first question is related to integrating technology in rural schools. Yeah. So for your information, Bu Anggia, actually that I did this research in a school with, we can say that it is limited resources. Yeah. Basically, the context of my research is at a school which has limited resources. Yeah. It's not in rural area so much, but it is in Bandung. But the source, yeah, the source of the technology integration is really limited. Uh, the technology, I mean the facilities exist, but it is very limited. Such as what? As I told you here in the context. Yeah. Here one, yeah. It is located in one vocational school in Bandung, West Java, automotive software engineering, no language laboratory. The first one is no language laboratory, as we all know that many schools provide language laboratory, except at least for learning listening, for example, and some others, and then limited coverage of Wi-Fi for teachers. So I think that limited coverage of Wi-Fi is also one of the limitation, right? And then what else? LCD projector is available in each class. But as after I observe it, that not all the projector can be used. Most of them are broken. So when I teach, for example, one of the schools which is located in rural areas, we can select this stage, direct substitution, technology as a direct substitution, or technology as a direct substitution with functional improvement, modification, and then redefinition. So for example, if in your school, for example, the technology is limited, not only about the gadget from the students, but also, for example, the Wi-Fi, or the signal, the internet signal is not stable and it's not strong, so you can use asynchronous, so you can use the first one, maybe asynchronous activities. You know that synchronous sometimes the bandwidth is very high, so asynchronous is one of the strategies. So teachers, for example, put the materials in the Google Classroom, for example, or teacher put the learning materials in the Google Drive, so student can access it anywhere, and also everywhere, not only should not be at that time. And then that's the first one, using asynchronous activities, for rural. And then the second one is select the educational tools which use low bandwidth. Low bandwidth, for example, WhatsApp. WhatsApp is also one of the low bandwidth educational tools we can be used in rural areas. I can communicate with my students, because in my campus there is pertukaran mahasiswa, dari kampus Merdeka, and then many of my students coming from Papua, Papua and also Tapanuli Selatan. Of course, when we do synchronous activities such as Zoom and also Google Meet, they usually found difficulties. But when I switch into asynchronous activities, it is usually much better. Okay, so WhatsApp is one of the example. And then the second question is memorable stages. Memorable stages, of course, the redefinition activities. Because here in this stage, technology allow for the creation of new task, which is previously unconventional. Here is the example of the redefinition activities that I saw from my observation. So instead of learning about recount text, and then writing, and then analyzing the what generic structure of the text, the linguistic features of the text, but students, change it into a video. My holiday trip to Yogyakarta, Marawi, and then in terms of the video, which consists of sound, and then music, and also captions, and also so forth. So it makes the learning process become very memorable. Even when the student upload it into social media, so I can access it anytime. Watch again, and then I can see that how my students are very creative, using in writing the recount text. And then selecting the learning materials. Yeah, selecting learning materials. That's the third question. Is, of course, yeah, we need to consider first is the capaian pembelajaran ya. If it's in kurikulum merdeka is capaian pembelajaran, or in kurikulum 2013 is kompetensi inti and kompetensi dasar ya. So select what is the the capaian pembelajaran atau tujuan pembelajaran of our lesson. After identifying the objective of the learning, yeah, we then can integrate technology, which is suitable with the context of our learning, of our school. Remember the principles, right? Yeah, whether it is only substitute with some functional improvement, or redesigning the text, and then creation of new task. Yeah, and then we have also should remember about the principles. Yeah, here is the principles. Yeah, complementary, focus on the learner needs, and then pedagogically driven rather than technology driven, and then remember the lesson objective, and then what do teachers do with the technology? Yeah, for example, it's when a teacher uses Padlet. Yeah, it's not only about the Padlet. Yeah, Padlet, and Padlet, but what teachers do with that. Yeah, in Padlet, for example, we can see. Yeah, here is the example. Yeah, it's not only about a media of writing personal letter, but it can be also used as collaborative activities. Yeah, so students can correct each other. Yeah, and then learning from the mistakes from each other, and then publishing. Yeah, after revising and editing their letters, and then publish with the perfect format after editing. Yeah, I think that's all, Ibu Anggia. I hope that it answers your question, but if not, you can answer more about the answers.
I
That's it, Bu
think
Anggia.
it looks and it sounds very detailed and complete answer, and I guess the summary stages looks very meaningful in every stages. So what is it? I am interested to to apply this summer in my class. Thank you, Bu Isri.
You're welcome.
Okay, I guess this is the last session for us.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I can conclude this meeting with the answer from Bu Isri about the limited resources, how to facilitate our students if the sources was limited or is limited, and then how to that Ibu Isri very like or to redefinition moment or redefinition stages, the most unforgettable for her, and then how to select the capaian pembelajaran, how to select the learning materials by using atau by observing the capaian pembelajaran or the goals of the teaching learning process. Okay, Bu Istri, thank you and sorry for all my mistake. And then it's been a pleasure being with all of you all today. And sorry for all my mistake once again. Hopefully we can meet virtually in another meeting. Let's close this session or this recorded session by saying hamdalah.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thank you so much, Bu Anggia.
Yeah.
Thank you
See
so
you.
much, Bu
Assalamualaikum
Jessie.
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Let's go back to the main session. Ibu Eka.
Bu Isri. Oh my God, Bu Isri ini gimana aku nanti Bu Isri? Aku gempeur sekali nyampe ke mules-mules di ayeuna kene Bu I.
Bu Eka, belum libur sekolah?
Libur kamari, tapi karena aku apa ya, pegawai teladan. Dek,
Ya.
Dek,
Ya.
yuk kupingkeun nya. Itu di
Aduh,
ujung.
tadi closingnya saya awkward banget.
That's
Karena
fine.
saya masih fokus sama jawaban-jawabannya bagus-bagus banget.
Yeah, thank you Bu Anggia. That's fine.
Speechless ya Bu Anggia, kita sampai
Iya, soalnya ini yang kayaknya sekarang lagi kayaknya untuk PPG, untuk mahasiswa PPG summernya bisa diambil.
Iya.
Jadi saya masih kayak, oh ini. Terus tadi Bu boleh nanya nggak yang NWB sama WB tadi singkatannya apa ya Bu?
Itu web-based technology dan non-web-based technology.
Oke. Jadi saya sibuk closingnya belum saya siapin, saya udah fokus sama karena saya catetin isinya bagus.
Iya, makasih. Ya, makasih Bu Anggia. Pokoknya mah
the best. Udah the best.
It's a wrap. Kalau
thank you
kata
ya.
main ini mah it's a wrap.
Iya, thank you. Pak Dadan juga sudah ini ya, sudah live ya.
Iya.
Iya, oke deh. Kita live aja.
I need your private coach gitu ya. Tapi I know you're so busy. I know that aduh jadi pengen deh tapi aduh. Udah nantilah kita ini lagi. Udah aku harus sleep ya Bu Anggia.
Iya. Makasih ya Bu Anggia. Saya juga live.
Assalamualaikum. Bisa main ke Bandung atau Ibu ke Lampung?
Iya, siap ditunggu.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.